Here's a list of supplies that I used in this tutorial. And you're going to start out by making a pattern from a swimsuit you already have. So stretch out the cup and cut out a piece of the pattern paper. And you can either include a 1/4 inch seam allowance in the pattern, or just remember when you cut out the fabric. So cut out 2 pieces of fabric, 2 pieces of lining fabric, and then you're going to cut out strap pieces, and I'll show you which pieces these are in a minute. So make 1 that is the length of the understrap, and then 2 that are for the shoulder straps, and mine are 16 inches long by 1.5 inches wide. And then you'll cut out 4 pieces of elastic the same length as the sides of the triangles. And you can use rubber elastic for this. I just didn't have any, so I got swimwear elastic from Joann's. And then you'll serge those down to the sides, and then cut out a lining piece to fit inside, and then fold the pieces of elastic sides down. Then you'll just clean up your strap pieces, make them nice and straight and the perfect size. Again, mine are 1.5 inches wide. All of my straps are 1.5 inches wide. And then you'll just fold it in half, and you can pin it down if it's easier. And then sew along the outside line. So you'll have 3 pieces that look like this. Then just pin more elastic down the sides of each strap on that line that you just sewed. And then you're going to just be serging that again. Using the loop turner, which this is an awesome tool, just put it into one of the straps, and then you're going to hook it on the end. And then you'll just pull that piece through itself, and this will turn the piece inside out, which will ultimately be right side out. Next, we're going to revisit an earlier step and sew down the sides of the triangle cups. So just start by pinning the sides down, and then we are going to be attaching the strap on this part. So fold the top piece down, put the strap like so, and then you'll just pin that together. And then we're going to be using a regular sewing machine for this part. And I just used regular polyester thread for this in a matching color to the swimsuit. But first, serge the bottom side of it down. And I put a slit in my cup so that I could put removable pads in, but I didn't make the slit high enough, so just don't pay any attention to that. And try and make sure that the lining fabric is flat and you're not pulling. Go slow if you need to. So we're just going to sew one line across the 2 sides of the triangle. And when you get to the top, you're going to want to readjust so that you sew right on that strap. Remember not to pull or you'll have a bunched up swimsuit. It can be a little tricky with stretchy fabric. And I sewed 2 lines. So I sewed 1 line and then another one right next to it, maybe a centimeter apart or so. And this part is just sewing that other line. And here is what it'll look like. And just repeat this step to the other cup. Next, we're going to be pinning the bottom around the longest string you made earlier. And just put it there so you know how wide you need to make it. Sew along that line and then take that string and thread it through what you just sewed. Make sure not to sew the string down to the actual cup because then you won't be able to move it like this. And you can just knot off the ends of each string and then cut off the excess fabric. Next, we are going to attach the shoulder straps to the bottom strap. So you'll just loop it around and then hand sew that piece right there. Again, be sure not to sew it to the actual string because then it won't be able to move. And that's it.